On the east coast of South Africa, we've got the Ciskei area, known under anglers as Border, hosting some of the best fishing on our coastline, with a variety of species being bronze bream, cob, white steenbras, diamonds, duckbills, a whole range of flatfish, and then the ragged-toothed sharks, as well as some bronze whalers in some areas. This is such a nice area if you want to get used to reading water.
It's now 6:30 in the morning. We're here at Hamburg Carpark. The sea's flat, there's a lot of weed in the water. The only nice thing that we've got is we've got a flat sea and overcast conditions. The water is not cold. I'd put it at maybe 19, 18 degrees. We're going to try for a reggie, that's what we're here for. My dad's got his first bait in the water there. I don't know what to say. I'm going to put a mullet on, throw it out and see what happens. But as it's looking, it's not looking too kosher for catching reggies. But later on we're going to go across the river with old Russell Kinney, one of the fishing guides that are here on the Hamburg River area. He's a fishing and hunting guide. He's got vast knowledge of this whole stretch here. So we'll have a look, see. There's two other guys down the bottom fishing in a big hole that Russell said looks very good for reggies. So we'll have a look, see what happens here, guys. Tackle that I'm using is my Saltist 15 foot, my standard rod that I use for those big fish. Basically, that's my Saltist over there. High volume fiber. My dog fight. This is 65-pound J braid. It's a new braid that I've been playing around with. It seems to be working quite well. 200-pound nylon coated wire. It's a sliding tray, so it basically runs up and down. It's at least 1.5 meters to 2 meters. These are 13-0 ringed soys that are spray painted black for nighttime fishing and low light conditions. So I'm trying to get it as close to the natural environment as I can. And that's basically it. I'm going to put a 2 big mullet on. I'm going to make a bait 2 cricket ball sizes with a lot of foam in it, so I can lift it off. There's a lot of weed in the water that's obviously sitting on the bottom, so I need to try and lift my bait up as much as possible. So let me go ahead and see what I can do here. Just putting some what's the name on here? My standard old cotton. Just putting a big chunk of foam on just to give a bit of flotation here. The sea, like I said, is too flat, too calm. The weed is prolific here in the waves in front of us, so I definitely need to lift the bait up as much as I can. Okay, I'm going to take the mullet and knock it and smash it to get a lot more flavor out in the water. Like I said, there's not a lot of movement, so I'm going to hit the mullet and a bit of mackerel just to get a lot more flavor out in the water. There's very little movement here.
Mr. Thompson, Ray's dad, was the first to get proper interest on the bait, which seemed to be the target species, a ragged-toothed shark. But unfortunately there was no hookup, quite the norm with reggies sometimes. As most anglers would know, that the conditions dictate your results in most cases. If you make sure that your tackle and your bait's right, and the conditions are right, it's only up to the fish.
Basically just thrown my first bait in the water. And as I was busy throwing it, my dad went away with a fish, dumped that first reggie of his. Definitely a reggie bite, so we'll just park off and relax. I don't know how long it was. How long was your bait out for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes and he had his first bite, so that's quite a good sign. Like I said, the only bonus we got is that it's overcast and the sea's not too big. But we'll see how it goes today. To to clear a little bit there. It's starting to break a bit. You can see the blue sky coming out. There's still that muggy kind of rain that we're having. My first bait I threw, no bite, wound it in. I saw a little bit of a rip current with a bit different coloured water over there. So I've thrown the bait there. I'm going to see what happens. My dad on his first throw had a reggie pickup. The wire's all mangled and messed, but obviously he didn't set the hooks properly on it. So I don't know. Maybe a small reggie that messed him around. I think I'm going to wait onto that reef there and throw a little bit further out and see what happens. I actually need to get some sort of a bait. When I say a bait, I'm talking something very fleshy. Mullet again. Mackerel. Soft, mushy bait, like a mackerel. I think that's what I'm going to throw next, a very mushy bait. And I know exactly where I'm going to go.
With no luck at Carpark rocks, Ray took up Russell Keeney's offer to go look for fresh mullet in the river. In general, the fresher the bait, the better the results.
What's happening now is Russell's graciously volunteered to take us out on his boat to try and catch some mullet so we can use them for the reggies for later on this afternoon. Thank you, Russell. Sure. Appreciate it. What?
Yes, let's go.
Got shrimps.
They're right in front now.
That's not target species for us.
Not the target species, no. Shake him, Ray. Those two bigger ones.
I can't not everything. That's the size I'm looking for. So flat and calm, and we haven't had any success with the reggies, is go straight nylon. I'm using 18 kilo maximum nylon. I've rigged a live mullet with a bridle rig. So basically what's happened is I've rigged it through the eye, a little bit of Dacron on it and a J hook. Just going to have to give the fish a bit of time to actually feed properly, and then we'll see what happens. And obviously a sliding trace up and down so that the cob or garrick or whatever comes along actually eats it. And if you have a look here in the pool, there's a baby garrick swimming around. That's it. So we'll quickly go throw that and see what happens. Just a quick little rundown on the tackle that I'm using here at the moment. I'm using my new Saltist 50, 16 kilo giant abrasion, and of course my Saltist multiplying rod. And I'm just going to hang on tight and see if I get a bite here. But it's really looking nice for an edible fish of some sort. Making sure my fish stays alive there. I can feel him moving. I'm very happy about that. Now, that's it. Side or the southern side of Hamburg, There's no reggies at the moment, they seem to have gone off completely. Putting a whole mullet on. I'm going to go and throw it just over there where that dirtier water is. I see there's a big rock and another rock, so I'm just going to throw that side and see if anything else on the southern side of Hamburg might be around. But we're really battling today to get bites. Bite now, and I ducked it. The first one I've ducked in a bloody long time, but you can see the teeth marks, the puncture marks in it. So it was quite a nice size reggie by the looks of things. Look at that. So I don't know, all I can do is try again. Dropped it again.
With Ray Thompson's recent trip to this area, the conditions were prone to target some reggies. The braid and the tackle we use of late really assists in landing fish over the rocks, allowing you to pull it much harder and get it out quicker to the advantage of the fish. When the bites are slow in this area, so is your hookups generally. These reggies can mess you around and play with your bait for long periods of times. And sometimes you'll hook them, fight them, all the way to the side, and they'll merely open their mouth and spit your bait out.
Okay, that's what we came for. A lovely young reggie. He picked me up 3 times and I duffed him 3 times. But I made sure I got him the 4th time. Nice little fish. Hey, thank you my boy. You can see my tuna, my suey hook in the size of the scissors. These teeth get replaced every so often. It's a lovely little female, about 40 kilos. Lovely little fish to play around with. I'll put it back here in my... Come on, baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. So a lovely little hole here that you can swim out in. And there she goes. And she's off. Woo! I got you! Basically, our time here at Hamburg has come to an end. I got 1 reggie, ducked 3. My dad this morning had 1 bite and lost that one as well. They weren't feeding properly at all. As you can see, the water's cleaned up. It's flat, it's hot, it's not right at all. The water temperature is definitely not what it should be. But we managed 1 fish. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. But we're going to go back now, go net some mullet, have some lunch and come back maybe tomorrow or go to Bichet tomorrow. We'll see what we do.